What's going on, everybody? I got a new floor machine and I'm going to show you all about it today. I was actually just sitting in my garage working on this machine. I just picked it up and I haven't used it yet. So I wanted to try it out in the garage before I take it out to any customer sites. And while I was working on it, I was like, I should probably make a video about this machine, because before I had one, I would want to see a video on something like this, and there just aren't many good videos out there about auto scrubbers. So anyway, here it is. This thing costs approximately $5,000 after taxes. And I'll just jump into the video and show you all about it. This right here is a Minuteman E20. So it has a 20-inch cleaning path right here. The squeegee on the back, which is not attached right now, is 30 inches. So you have to make sure that you at least have a walkway 30 inches wide in order to get that squeegee through there. You definitely want it to be a little bit bigger than that squeegee, but that's, the absolute minimum if you're just gonna squeeze it through. So you fill up the water tank right here and you pour your solution directly in there. And it fills up this whole lower compartment that's gray. Now that's gonna be 12 gallons. When you suck the water up, it goes into this compartment here where you can lift the lid. See, I've already got some foam in there because I've been cleaning my garage today. So this compartment can hold 12 gallons of water. So when you run out here, you're still gonna have 1 gallon left. That way you don't have to worry about any flooding or overflow or anything like that. Now, if your solution tank is still full when you finish a job, you're gonna need a way to dump that water, because this machine weighs over 300 pounds by itself when it's dry. So to dump the water, all you're gonna do is undo this hose, and then you're gonna bring it all the way down to the ground. It's attached right here, so you want it pretty low to the ground, and then once it gets low enough, gravity is just gonna pump all that water out of your solution tank. Now, to empty your recovery tank, it's the same kind of idea, except we have this black hose here. So you just lift that off, bring it all the way to the ground, and it's gonna begin to dump your water right out. And it's got this cool little clip right here that will attach to that to make sure that it doesn't fall out. Now, the way the machine works is going to be with your power switch, obviously. I want to show you guys something really quick. We're going to raise this front thing by using the foot pad here. See, my foot is going to be pushing down while that front thing's going to be lifting. Now that thing's raised, the brush deck is raised, we're going to come over here to this power key. Now, if you turn it to the left really quick, just for a brief second, I'll just click it over. It's gonna drop the brush block right out of the hole. So, you hear that clank? That dropped your block. Now you can come over to it, flip it over, and we have a pad. I'm using a black pad today because I'm in my garage doing a really deep clean. I don't have any finish on this floor, so it doesn't matter. I'm not worried about damaging wax or anything like that. So I've got a black pad on here. And what you're gonna do is you grab this little clip here, you pull that, and it's gonna release this whole holder, and then your pad's gonna come free. You can put the new pad on, push this down really hard and tight, and then it'll be gripped onto your pad. Now, to reattach it, all you have to do is pull the machine right over the top, just like that. Now, we're gonna do kind of the opposite. We're gonna put our foot here and lift this lever all the way up, and that dropped the front thing, just like that. See, now it's flush with the ground. Now what we're gonna do is turn it on, and you pull this handle to activate the brush. So if it's not attached yet, all you have to do is pull this handle. It's gonna start to spin, and it's gonna grip that brush and stick it right on there. In theory. Let's go ahead and try that again. Okay, So now the block is attached. So when I raise this, see that? The block stays attached. Now on the back, the reason I have the squeegee removed is because when you're transporting this machine in and out of your van and in and out of buildings, you don't want to bang up this squeegee or, you know, dent it or bend it. The squeegee needs to be perfectly flat or else it's not going to make a good connection with these rubber parts on the bottom. So you're going to want to disconnect it every time you move it. But the way you put it back on is you just lift. See that? That goes right in like there. Same thing on this side. And then all you do is tighten these clamps. And we're going to reattach our recovery hose. See, it was just hanging like that. We're just going to go ahead and put that on like that. A couple of things before we fire this up. So this handles how you activate the brush. You're going to want it to be on the power side. This is how you activate the vacuum and lower the squeegee. It does it at the same time. So all I have to do is move this to the side, lift that up. And when I do that, the squeegee also drops. You guys already saw this foot lever. All you do is put your foot on that, step on it, move it over. It'll go down and then you can move it over and it'll just pop up while at the same time dropping that. We have our power cord, which has these two little holders on here, which makes it really nice. So you can put your cord away and not trip over it or anything. We have our battery meter, so we know when we need to recharge it. It should last up to 5 hours between charges. And when you need to charge it, all you do is you plug this into the wall and it's going to charge it all the way. But then once your battery is completely charged, it will turn it on to a trickle charger. That way it'll just maintain the battery. So you can leave this machine plugged in all the time. You have fuses down here. If it ever stops working, if your vacuum quits working, your brush doesn't work, or it just doesn't turn on, it's possible that one of these fuses have blown. So you can open those up and push the buttons and restart the fuse that way. On this side, this is how you can control the water. You know, the solution that you're dumping out through the front here. Sometimes you might not need a whole lot of water. Sometimes you need more than others, depending on the job and the level of filth that you're cleaning. So you can just move this lever here, and that will control through this mechanical lever how much water gets dispersed onto the floor. And then you can adjust this right here for more. This is kind of like a stop. So if you're putting too much on the floor and you want to control it, you can keep it right. You can see where it's set. So, but you can slide that up and down depending on your preferences. So basically I'm going to step on this thing and lower the, make sure the front's lowered. I'm going to start the vacuum up by using this lever, dropping the squeegee. And I'm going to activate the brush by using this lever here. See how it's getting the floor a little bit wet down there? And the squeegee is just going to pick up all that water as we move along. One of the downsides to this machine, or any machine like it, is this brush block holder sticks way out and it's perfectly flat. And so if you're going to go up to a curb and you're transporting this machine in and out of jobs and in and out of different buildings, this thing's only going to lift so high. So it's going to be very difficult for you to go over any large bumps like curbs or stairs or anything like that. And so even if you can get this over a little lip, you're now going to be hitting this back tire. And the whole machine weighs 300 pounds, more than 300 pounds. So it's going to be very hard to get this tire up any small lip, even something really small. So that's something that you're going to have to kind of deal with. Now, you can tip the machine back, which I normally would do to lift that tire up. You just kind of like tilt the machine, you know what I'm saying? But you can't really do that because this squeegee right here is going to be on the back. Even if you remove it, you're still going to hit that squeegee holder. And these casters back here kind of prevent the machine from tipping backwards. Probably as a safety measure because it's so heavy. You don't necessarily want to be tipping something 500 pounds on its back legs. Just because it could be dangerous. So moving this machine around in and out of buildings, in and out of your van, up and down stairs is extremely difficult. But I've purchased this ramp here. I have a customer that sells medical equipment, and this ramp is designed for wheelchairs and stuff like that to get them in and out of a van. So I picked this thing up. I think it was close to $500, and I can attach this end. This end right here actually attaches to the van. So you set that side up and you wheel your equipment up that into the back of the van. That makes things a little bit easier. And this thing is small enough and portable enough. It can actually fold. See that? So the entire ramp, when it's folded, is from here to there. So it's got a little handle on it. So you can carry it around pretty easily. It's made out of aluminum, so it's really light. That way I can use it on steps and obstacles inside the buildings. I don't only have to use it with the van. To get a lift installed in your van is going to run you upwards of $8,000. I called the people that can install Tommy gates, and they told me that to purchase the gate and have it installed is going to be around $8,000. So this is a good solution until I make that investment. So this is the Minuteman E20, and I'm pretty excited about this. I've got 2 big jobs coming up. So basically on the next 2 jobs I do, I'm gonna make $6,000. So I spent a lot of that money buying this machine, buying the ramp, and getting ready for that job. So the next time I do the job, it's gonna be 100% profit or close to it. So a lot of small cleaning companies, they don't own one of these machines. At least the people I know don't really own one of these. And so I think it's going to be really cool. It's going to set me apart from the competition. It's going to enable me to help my customers a lot better. Hopefully I can go in and do scrub and recoats for restaurants a lot faster than usual, save a lot of time on labor, and save a lot of money on labor by saving time. So kind of excited about this machine. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, guys, if you want to do what you want, when you want, how you want, for who you want, how much you want, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you guys next time.